Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. So I'm going to be proceeding Washington to Baltimore, doing Scenario 5, Frozen in Place. Operate Amtrak Acela Express 2167 from Baltimore Penn Station to Washington Union Station, making an intermediate stop at BWI Airport. The dispatcher is unable to realign a switch at an interlocking, so expect delays while the issue is resolved. And this is a 4-level difficulty, I guess, where 5 is the highest. Good evening. Tonight you'll be operating the Acela Express 2167 from Baltimore to Washington. Open the doors and allow boarding to commence. Alright, so let's take a look. So we've got to take off at 1918. Gonna go to Fulton, go to BWI, so basically 14 minutes away. Then we're going to stop 9 minutes away at North Limits Grove. I think that's a new one for me. Go via 3 different tracks and then pick up passengers at Washington's Union Station at 1956, which is basically 40 minutes from now. So, 1 stop in the middle, 1 stop at the end, and probably all kinds of fun in between. Okay, I forget what the wipers are. It is V. I knew it was something. So it is obviously winter. Oh, I suppose I could have just pressed that as well. So we're getting close to the point where we are going to be released. Not too many. I don't know if that's like a giant train. Alright, proceed on signal indication. So I always look at what exactly that means. But again, we've got the signal there that we can see through this a bit here. I think we can do that. But we've got to keep in mind, again, we can only go 30. There's quite a bit of snow here. You can barely see the tracks. So, yeah, leaving this station, it's always, 30 miles an hour for quite a ways. We've got that tunnel system to get us out. We're also going to have a little bit of a grade at some point once we get into the tunnel, I believe. If I recall, it's a gentle snow, at least it's not anything crazy. So let's see. Yeah, that's still... It's like it's too much power, but if I don't do something, I'm not going to be moving. Now we're at 1.3 grade, maybe with the whole train. Maybe that's why it slowed down, because I was going to say it was still speeding up at 50%, but then it slowed down. Although now it went up 1/10 of a mile, but that's alright. I think we have... Yeah, we have to probably get to that Fulton track before we actually get more speed. So, a little over a mile. We'll assume that we've got to get there. hopefully I can do this without difficulty, although it is, you know, it is orange or whatever. It's not red in difficulty. But therefore, I guess that means it's not simple. Yeah, we actually don't change speed, because right there is where the Fulton track is. So we stay at 30. Finally hit 45 after we get about a quarter mile past that. So lots of fun. Just gotta watch the grade, because I think pretty soon we're gonna be done with the hill climb. You can see the tracks in the tunnel here at least. Now we're coming out into the snow. Alright. We are slowing down, which is not the goal, but it is the reality, so. Alright, 0.39 miles. So I don't know if Fulton Track 3 means like that's the switch, and then, and again, the notice we got was there's going to be a problem with some switch. So we need to anticipate that, and then we might need to, oh, I didn't realize I'm running with brakes on. That's why it's taking me a while. It's a bit embarrassing. But it worked. So we'll see. Right, well, I guess we're on track 3. Can't go too fast yet. Still trying to get to the higher speed. Alright, go ahead over. We're having crew issues normalizing the switches at Grove. A work crew has been sent to align it, but they won't arrive. We'll contact you again shortly with additional instructions. Over and out. Okay. So not a surprise given what we were told, but Grove. Okay, so Grove Track 2. So it's after the stop. So we'll go a little quicker now. So we can get up to 45, and then we'll be able to get up to 55. I was starting to put the brake on because I saw it creeping up there. Oh goodness. Alright. So, we didn't lose too many points. And then we'll be able to move pretty quickly once we get there. So right now we're doing alright. So I do like the other train that we have on this line that kind of gives some negative motive power. Alright. So theoretically 110, but obviously we can only be going 90 at that point. So I just have to be careful that I don't go too fast. So start doing that. Should be okay. Let's see. Do that. That might work, because we'll hit that 105 pretty fast. So I think we're gonna be okay here. Gonna be close. And, yep. Alright. Somehow, although again, I think it's once we get, like, really around 110 or whatever that it starts getting a little nerve-wracking. As I was gonna say, I don't know if it's the snow, but this seems less scary. Of course, I think the scenario I was doing where we were cruising along here at 125, we had people on the track, is the problem that we had going on. Alright, so just want to keep myself slightly below 120 so that I know if it speeds up that I've got to do something. Because yeah, right now it looks like we're going downhill, so. And then, you know, we'll be able to go 125. So we're okay here. Alright, 3.5 miles. Again, I think we're going downhill, so I want to slow myself a bit. 118 is good enough. And then we're going to have to slow down to 90 before we know it. Alright, less than a mile, but we only have to slow down 20 miles an hour, so maybe we'll get within half a mile and then we'll do that. Alright. We're gonna be close. We're gonna be close. Oh, we made it. That was a little too close for comfort. Alright, and then we're just a mile away, so no real point in speeding up too fast once we get into the new zone, because we've got to slow ourselves down here anyway. So we're going to put this at 80%, because we definitely want to be certain we're in good shape here. Alright, I think we can go down to 40 now. Come in a little quicker, because at least now I'm at speeds that seem a bit tolerable. Because, yeah, we don't want to come in too slow, because otherwise all that extra time we've got, we will slough off, which would be very disappointing. Alright, we are on the platform. So far, not too bad. Not too shabby at all. Alright, so almost a minute ahead of time. So that is an excellent, excellent thing. But now, of course, we're going to have... Oh, I see. Stop at North Limits Grove. So I'm assuming... Well, that says it's a stop. Huh. I just thought that was where it was going to have me stop because of the switch. Because it just said expect delays, but... So, yeah, we're going to have several track switches, but at this point, like basically 25 minutes to get to our final destination. So I'm always bad with military time or 24-hour time, so I guess it's 7:30 at night, so it's not that late. Alright, at this point I can turn off my brake so that I don't do the same thing I did before, which was just a bit embarrassing. Well, Acela okay to go. So, but we should be good. This thing doesn't seem to have wheel slip like the other whoop, as I say that. Alright, so let me... Okay, any luck with that switch? We're still unable to normalize the switch and the work crew is a few minutes away. You will stop and hold short of Grove until instructed otherwise. Over. I'll hold short of the interlocking and await further instructions. Over and out. Okay. Wow. How fast do I need to be going before I don't have a wheel slip problem? Maybe 60. So yeah, definitely lost unnecessary points, but certainly wasn't looking to have a problem, but obviously we did. Alright, good news is we're still green, and so North Limits Grove with the hand, I assume, is where we are going to stop, as I thought. And right now it's telling us we're 3 minutes early, which is pretty nice. Whoops. I'm already up to 120, I better be careful. So, looks like we're climbing a bit, so maybe maintaining some throttle. Now we're flattening out. But yeah, so basically our run ends before 8 p.m., so it's certainly not that late. Slowing down a bit, but I want to be careful that I don't go too fast. Another train sparking away the other direction. That was pretty nice in the evening. Oh, we got blinking, and now we're yellow, so we might be getting close to the next train. But we're also only 1.5 miles away. Alright. So I'm gonna start, whoops, I don't need to go that far. Let me do that, because a mile is gonna go pretty fast when we're going 100. There you go, we're down to 3/4. It would be nice if our mileage goes below our distance, which I'm sure it will at some point. Well, it would have to, or else we're not going to stop in time, so. But yeah, we'll see. So at this point, I mean, I kind of want to get there, but obviously I also want to be careful. So, whoops, do not want to apply full brake. That would be bad. Yeah, so you can see we've got a red light there. So we just want to be careful that we don't go past the signal. But we can obviously get closer. So, yeah, we will just wait here till they tell us what to do. Although I'm kind of rethinking that because it's continuing to kind of tell us that we've got distance, and I'm thinking if I don't get to where it's telling me, it's maybe not going to know I'm here, and the scenario's not going to run properly. There we go. Because see, now the time is starting, but at this point, I'm thinking we're going to have to wait a bit. Alright, Acel, any good news? The switch heating element failed and froze as a result. The work crew is going to thaw it out, but that may be a long process. The switch is properly aligned for diverging movement, so we will switch to number 2 track here and then back to 3 at Carroll. Over. Okay, over and out. So, at this point, I guess we can move. We went past the signal. It didn't yell at us, so assuming we are good. Won't go too fast, but at this point, obviously, as it said, it's going to move us over, and then they'll move us back later. So I think we'll just leave it at this pace. Hopefully we won't exceed 45 till we need to. Interesting, because I was in the 125 range, but it's still telling me 45. When will it switch? Because, yeah, this is going to be a long way at this speed if I can only go... There we go. Alright, so again, I'll get myself to 60 before I crank my power up so that I don't lose anything with wheel spin. I didn't realize we got some points for, I guess, following directions. So, we're almost at 700. That's awesome. Alright, so we've got 7 miles. I'm not sure, Bowie, track 2, like, does that just mean we stay on track 2? Not sure what that means. Oh, he is coming in. I just wasn't sure what I was seeing there, if he was parked. Because he just wasn't moving very quickly, but again, he's pulling into a station, so he may be stopping. So yeah, I just need to be careful. Again, at how I'm proceeding, because now we're at 124. Whoops. Alright, yeah, I'd rather be a couple miles lower than suddenly have a problem. So, because yeah, we're going downhill at this point is what's happening. And so that is obviously speeding us up some. And I think I remember this grade coming the other way, so obviously you kind of over time learn the line a little bit. Right, got us down to 122, which is fine. It's still very fast, but yeah, I will say, like, just the snow is, it just doesn't feel as fast. But so maybe it was just the fact that I was expecting someone to jump out on the track at me or something. So now I think we're climbing at a 1% grade for a little bit, but that's not going to last, I think, very long. Yep, there we go. We're flat again. Looks like we're, oh no, just another track's coming in nearby. Thought we were maybe going to have them come in and meet with us, which doesn't matter unless there's another train. Alright, so now we've got a relatively steep downgrade, 1.1%. So just need to watch our speed again, but looks like we're gonna bottom out here and then head up. So we'll put on 17%, so we have a little bit of power. And now we're on a 1% grade, so we'll go to 33%, so we have a little more power. But we're already, wow, those 7 miles went by quick, but once again, we're, you know, moving along at a pretty brisk pace. So start slowing down. 80%, probably a good idea. Although, now that I think about it, this is what I did before, and I don't need to, because this is just telling me we're going via Bowie track 2, but we're not switching. So this is what I did before, where I was like, oh, I'll slow down, and then it just caused me a delay later. So, yeah, we're just staying on this track, and therefore we can just keep going. Right, and then when we go to track 3, that may change. So yeah, we did lose some speed there that we didn't need to lose, but shame on me, but now I know better. Probably wasn't too terribly bad. So, are we, now we're climbing, so we may need a bit more power in a little bit. We'll see if we fall to 120, I'll take it up to 33%. But so far we're keeping it at 121, so that's alright. And again, that still is go via track 3, so unless I see something, which I probably will, because at that point we're switching tracks. Alright, now we're going down 1%, so I need to cover my brake, just in case. Well, it's a nice winter's night. I do like it. Certainly relaxing. I like the trees. Nicely frosted. But it's not at least snowing hard enough that the windshield is having any kind of a problem. The wiper's doing a great job. Just kind of keeping an eye out on speed, because we are kind of doing things, or coming up on things pretty quickly is what I meant. Alright, so yeah, there we've got a slow down some, so let's start doing that, because we're less than 1.5 miles and that green is blinking. I don't know if that means we're getting close or it's just a warning that I should be slowing down. Alright, I think if I go to 20%, yep, it should be good. Get ourselves down there. Oh, I thought I was seeing my little switch thing moving, but doesn't appear to be, so just a little panicky, a little touchy. Alright. Problem is I can't tell what is happening. Alright. So we're able to switch at 80. Alright. Now in theory, not stopping here, it's just telling us to go, so I guess that's what we'll do. Alright, so we really only have a 30-second buffer. So all that, and we're going to be pretty tight. Right, so I have to be down to 100 there, so I'm not going to go too fast. Because that's going to be there before I know it. Alright, we're catching up a little, because then we'll be able to speed up, so we don't want to go super slow. So we'll be able to go 100, then 110. The green isn't blinking anymore. I don't know if it was just blinking because it was basically allowing us to, letting us know the track was clear, but that, it was a little bit of a warning that we were changing tracks. Okay. So now we can accelerate again. Did gain a little bit of time there, but don't want to take anything for granted. Right, so I think we're going downhill a bit. So just coast at this point. Maybe we'll speed up a bit, because we did slow down. Alright, still green, 5 miles. Still gaining some time. 55 seconds ahead of schedule, almost a full minute. Definitely what I like to see as an engineer, doing a good job really keeping our passengers on time with their plans, which is exactly why people take the train. That's why I used the train when I was going to college. It was great because you could study on the train. You didn't have to worry about anything. Alright, so we're going to have to slow down 25 miles. I hate that light. It did that to me before, and I'm like, what is happening? But yeah, 25 miles an hour, again, will happen pretty quickly if we're not careful. So I think we're okay here. Yep. Try to even ourselves out here. Not sure if we're climbing a bit or not. So we've got to go 95 and then 45. So there will be a slowdown occurring. But, so we gotta drop, what, 450 miles an hour? Probably should start, just to be sure. Because it is ticking down pretty fast. But I don't want to slow down too fast. Because, yeah, we're still half a mile out. And then I guess we're just changing tracks a bit. Alright, getting down to a quarter of a mile, so we definitely do want to be getting ourselves down to the speed we want. Okay. Kind of level that out there. Pretty happy with how that worked. So there we go, down to 45. Just need to watch the grade, because we are speeding up. Because, yeah, I think we do head downhill the whole way now, if I remember correctly. And that can bite us if we're not careful. And we need to be down to 20 before we get there, so... I think we're okay. So, we'll see how that goes. Because right now we are speeding up again. Alright, I think we'll be alright. There we go. Again, want to be careful that we don't go too fast. What? How? How is it 15? See, that's unfair, because it's not 15. It was 20. It told me it was 20. Yeah, that was very wrong of it. I don't know why these scenarios do that. I mean, I'm trying to do what I should be doing, and then stuff like that happens. So, we'll see. I don't know. I assume the Switch people know where they're taking me, because I couldn't tell you where track 20 is. But I assume they know where it is, so... Alright, so 13. So we're either going to be on this track, or we're going to be one more over. One more over, it looks like, but at this point, this is where we're going to be. I think we're kind of at grade now. So again, I want to move, but I want to be careful. Because obviously the faster I go, the quicker I will get into the station. 0.1 miles. Probably at like 0.5. I want to power on the brake. So that'll get me there. And again, definitely disappointed with the speeding that shouldn't have been speeding, because I was down to 20, but I was not down to 15, because that's not what the information was giving me. So at this point, I assume again it's a minute, so it'll hold us here a minute, and then it'll tell us the scenario is done. So we can turn off the wiper, Turn off the lights. And we're all set. But we are early, so we're going to be close to 900. We're going to be 894, I think, because we'll get 250. So we would have been over 900, which I think is what we need for gold, so. Got robbed. Got robbed. We were doing really, really well. Excellent work. Secure the locomotive, and your shift will be completed. No, we did get gold, and we got a couple achievements too. So that is good. But yeah, we lost quite a bit of points, but we did stay above 850. So pretty happy with that. Hope you enjoyed the trip. I'll see you next time.